Hi, my name is Yona. I'm the after school leader at Field Teen Center, and today I'm going to be talking about Walking in Two Worlds by Wab Kinew, in which two teens from different cultures are trying to reconcile their culture and their traditions and the contemporary world with all of its technologies. I listened to it as an audiobook on the Libby app. The main character, Bugz, which is short for Begona Kishigag, meaning hole in the day in the Anishnaabe language, is a really good gamer. In the Floraverse, which is a virtual reality online game, she can create things that no one else can, from enormous mythological panther snake monsters to thunderbirds to weapons that no one else has access to. And she live streams her fights in this world, and that's a source of income for her and for the tribe on the whole. So it makes her feel really proud, it's fun, and also she feels like it's a way to save parts of her culture that have been under attack for a very long time. Her main rivals in the Floraverse are the clan-less clan. It is a clan within the game that asserts to not be a clan. Very confusing and sort of alt-right, hyper-masculinity. They're not very nice to her, and they're not very nice to other players, and they really don't like it that this girl has all these advantages over them. So they attack her again and again, and she casually, files her nails and disposes of them while racking in more revenue through her live stream. And one of the members of Clan Less, Fang, enters her life in a way he doesn't expect to. And the story is told switching between the two of them and sometimes other characters. So Fang is from China, and he, much like Bugz' ancestors, was brought to a re-education facility where the Chinese government re-educated him. So he feels pretty loyal to the government, but the government doesn't like that he's part of the Floraverse because they can't track his activity there. And as a result, he's had to leave the country and come instead to live on the res, or very near the res, because his aunt works there as a doctor, and it puts him directly in contact with Bugz. Turns out they like each other pretty immediately. They hit it off, they have a lot of things in common, and at the same time, there's a strain in their relationship because he's still standing with Clan Less, and she thinks that Clan Less is, racist and offensive, among other things. So how are they gonna deal with this online world that feels very real to them and the expectations of their parents and families and these different clans that are pulling them, how they feel about each other, and the fact that they are coming from two different worlds. So that is the premise of this story. I think you'll like Walking in Two Worlds if you've already read and enjoyed Slay by Brittany Morris. Similarly, this is a story that's set part in our world and part in an online virtual reality game. It's very futuristic and centers people of color. In the case of Slay, it's all about Black culture and Black love and Black self-love. And then in Walking in Two Worlds, the Anishnaabe culture is kind of at the center, and occasionally we stop over and talk about what's going on with Fang and his feelings about China. I also think that this would feel appropriate for fans of Ready Player One, and maybe even Scott Pilgrim, because we have all of these different layers of gaming entering the real world. That said, if you're not normally a reader of sci-fi, I do think that this story is still pretty accessible. There's a lot of time spent in the game, but the game plays out kind of like a fantasy experience. There's not a lot of button pressing and mechanics to remember because they control the game with their thoughts. So they just kind of manifest monsters and they get to fighting in the helicopters. There is a lot of action, so if you enjoy that kind of cinematic action movie feel, you will enjoy this book. Something that I found really interesting about Walking in Two Worlds is the setting. So obviously there is this kind of futuristic virtual reality game, and that's part of it. But this is also a world that's set in the not so distant future. And it talks directly about the pandemics and how that changed schooling, and that affects these characters on an ongoing basis. And I think that's pretty interesting to see and try to imagine, what will the future after this moment look like? And this book is one potential answer. I think this book would be an especially good read for a younger teen, maybe 6th and 7th graders, but I certainly hope you check it out. If you would like to get in touch with us, whether to let us know what you think of this book or another book, or to just get a recommendation, you can get in touch with us on Instagram or through our email, and both of those are in the description box. Thanks for watching.